Hey everybody, it's Jorik. Welcome back. I hope you're doing well wherever you are in the world. Today is another listing video of an apartment, in this case for rent, here in the Estrela neighborhood, which is where we live in Lisbon, and it's 1,400 euros a month. And the reason I wanted to show this or be able to get an opportunity to take video and give you my assessment of it is because often when people are looking at Lisbon, well, I can't find anything under 2,500 or 3,000. And I wanted to just show that you got to keep digging, and every once in a while some hidden gems come up. So it's a smaller place, but if it's a single person or a couple, this might be a really good opportunity to look at a place and say, okay, there are possibilities in Lisbon that don't break the bank. This is 1,400 euros a month. I'm going to show you the video and some of the photos that I took of the property, and then on the back end, I'll give you my assessment. So I hope you enjoy this property, and I'll see you in a few minutes. Okay, so let's talk about this property for a little bit. So some of the cool features going into the building is that there's 2 elevators, and in our area of Lisbon, that's rare to see, but it's a somewhat newer built building, and something that is rare to see in Lisbon in an apartment complex, especially in our neighborhood. I have yet to see one, a disabled or a wheelchair access lift that takes you from the entry point at the door up to where the doors are to the elevator. So that's huge. I mean, that's something that you don't see, an added amenity in many apartments across Portugal. I wanted to go through the listing really quick. So I did measure. They were kind of looking at me funny, going, "What in the world are you doing?" But I did measure the place. It did measure out to the 60 meters. It's a T1, so it's a 1 bathroom. It says secondhand good condition. I think it's in great condition from what I'm seeing. There is kind of a storage room that's in the bottom level, so every apartment in the building has a place for storage. It's on the 6th floor. It has a lift. The energy rating is an A, which is fantastic, especially for this area. So it kind of has central air and heating, which is amazing. As you look through the property, it has something that's also rare in this area, heated floors in the bathroom. So the reason I took the photos of that is that's something that you don't see in this area of Lisbon. It's all newer design, newer appliances, done, I forget when they remodeled. She gave me the year, I forgot that, but it's in really good shape. So hopefully the videos show that. I wasn't able to open the windows. The tenant that was there was working on a call at the time for part of the time I was there. So she asked that the windows be closed because I wanted to take like a photo and a video so you could get a feel for sound, but I'll get to that later. But the apartment's in great shape, and at 1,400 a month in this area of Lisbon, it'll probably go quickly. So if you're interested, I put a link in the description to the realtor and her phone number if you want to start communications and look at this property. But I wanted to give you some of my assessment, what people are interested in knowing. So based upon its location, you are about a 5-minute walk between two different parks. There's the Necessidades Park. It's kind of a rundown park, but the cool thing about that park is it has peacocks in it, so I go there just to see them once in a while. The other park is Estrela Park. Beautiful park. I think it's well maintained. Lots of families, lots of people jog and run through there. Places to eat and drink too, a couple of kiosks. Also, there's going to be a metro stop there in another year or so. So that'll be essential and it'll help grow the area, and more people are going to be interested just because of having the metro stop close by. I also wanted to give you a lay of the land outside. There's a bank downstairs at the bottom of the building, a Millennium Bank. Across the street from the bank is kind of a pastry shop with lots of goodies. They also serve some regular, typical Portuguese dishes. There is a grocery store 1 minute away. There's another grocery store, a Pingo Doce, less than a 5-minute walk away. So you're close to several amenities in this area. And something that comes up often is noise, especially when you're in the city center and you're close to airports, like where we're situated. We can hear airplanes and we can see them landing and taking off. This particular area is in that same route. It's literally just up the street from us. But the good thing is although I did a quick video of the front of the apartment building, this apartment is located on the backside. So you're not getting the jet noise that you do if you were on the front of the building. Also, it is a main road where like the hop on, hop off tourist bus go, some tuk-tuks. So during the morning and early evening, you do get traffic noise out front. But on the backside, I went out back and I stood there for about 10 minutes to try to hear. I could hear the occasional honking, but the typical noise that you hear from cars and tour buses and then airplanes, especially being in the city center, you don't have. So that's good. There's I believe it's an international school that's probably a 7 to 10 minute walk from that area if that was something that you needed, if you happen to have a child. The difficulty with it being a T1, not really conducive to having anything other than someone that's single or a married couple. But I would say those of you looking at D7 visa coming here, it's all the space that you need. It's typically smaller than what you may be used to if you're coming from the US or Canada, if you're not used to having an apartment, if you're used to like a home with a front yard and a backyard. But this is a fantastic place. And I wanted to show it because when it came up and I got the go-ahead to look at it and take a video of it, show you that there are opportunities in Lisbon that don't cost $2,500 to $3,000 a month rent. You can find something that is new or newly renovated. You do have to look though. You do have to scour Idealista, and because that doesn't have everything, sometimes you have to go into Remax, Century 21, JLL, Keller Williams, all the different websites to kind of find these things. But this is a really good example of a typical size apartment, let's say 55 to 70 square meters. That's typical in this area for a newer or an older build. And it has a lot of the, I'll call enhanced perks or amenities that our building and most other buildings don't have. The central air and heat, as opposed to having to buy your own units or to not have them. Heated floors in the bathroom, which are, it's not unheard of, but it's rare to find. And then also 2 elevator lifts, which is great to be able to get stuff up and down versus having to walk up 6 flights of stairs. And then that disability, that access lift from the ground door up to the elevators is just, that's something that you don't sign, and I'll say you don't find across Europe. It's not just a Portugal thing. Some of that ADA accessibility that I'm used to from, let's say, the United States isn't applied here. So it's a fantastic property. I think it's really worth it. I think it's going to go quickly. So if you're interested, again, I put the link to the contact in the description. I hope you enjoy these videos. I'm going to keep trying to make videos of Our area and areas around us, which would be kind of the west side of Lisbon, because of a time commitment to be able to see them and what I'm doing in my other work, but also about every 7 properties that I look at, I'm able to get a go ahead to take video, because most of the properties, either the realtor or the landlord does not want video, meaning they already have branded video that they have that's on their website. They don't want me coming in and taking that. And the landlord or the owner of the property often does not want video taken or will not give permission. So we need to respect that. So if I can take video, I'm going to keep making videos of properties for rent and for sale. My goal, so you know this in this video, I'm going to try to put this in every video, is to look for properties in Lisbon for sale under 300,000 euros. I'm going to look for properties for rent 1,500 or less euros per month. There's not going to be a lot out there, but what I can find, I want to be able to deliver to you so that you can see that maybe something looks good to you, but at least gives you, gets the juices flowing for opportunities that are in Lisbon when most people think that they've been priced out of the market. Thank you so much for taking the time to watch the video. I just saw another property at the day of publishing this, so give me a few days to a week to edit it, and then I'll have another video for you in a week. Take care and enjoy your travels.